Hi you guys. So I told you yesterday I was going to come back on and show you the dark waxing. So you can see here that I've already started the top of this table. You can see right here I left a little edge here to show you how to do this. But you can see it's been dark waxed. So I will show you what I do. You have to work fast when you're working with dark wax. So you don't want to do this and then walk away and come back, because there'll be a difference between where you left off and where you start again. So I'm going to get at this because this has already been sitting like 5 minutes. So I'm going to keep going here. And you want to go over a little bit to where you left off. And I'll tell you about this. I'll tell you about the wax. Let me just finish this, because I don't want to sit in here too long. And as you can see, I'm going, because this is a big surface, I'm going in long strokes. And that will make a difference in how this looks. And same when you're wiping it off, you want to go in long strokes so that all is going to look even. Try to make the cloth that you're taking it off with, try to make it all even too. So the trick is long strokes if you're doing a big surface. Okay, so that's it. Now that has really aged this coffee table, which is what I wanted. And then don't try doing your edges at the same time. You can just always come back and do your edges afterwards. The most important part is your top surface. Okay, there. That's a good way to work with dark wax, is long, even strokes like that, and same when you wipe it off. And again, like I explained yesterday, you want to work in sections. So you can see I had just a small area left here to go like this. So I did that across the whole table. I did a small section about this big, all the way down, wiped off the excess, and then moved to the next section. Did that and kept going all the way, keeping everything even and working in small sections. So that's the trick to, that's one of the tricks to having success with dark wax. Let's see if you can see. I might have to, let me see if I can move the camera and you can see. Let's see, can you see down there? And I'll just do a little bit down here. Okay, let me explain to you now the wax. Hang on, I've got hair in my mouth. So this is Annie Sloan's dark wax. And what I do is, with her dark wax, I always mix mineral spirits in with it. So it's already had protector of the clear wax, one coat. This is the second protector, is the second coat of wax. And I wanted to age the coffee table, especially, can you see all the distressing I've done? So because it has a lot of distressing, I knew that aging it would look really well on this table. So, but her dark wax, I always mix just a little bit of mineral spirits, and I, put it in with a teaspoon and just give it a really good stir, and that makes the wax super soft and makes it way easier to move around on your surface. Because otherwise her dark wax is pretty hard. So the mineral spirits helps to move it around much easier on your surface. And if you have a really detailed piece of furniture that you're working on, like this one has all these carvings, it's the perfect piece to do aging and distressing on. Let's see, can you see that? So the wax is going to stay here in that crevice there, and right here where the leaves are, the wax is going to stay. I'll put a little bit more on. The wax is going to stay inside. All right, can you see that? See how it's going inside? I don't know if someone's commenting. If you are, I can't see it, so I'll have to check back when I'm all done. Or I might have just got cut off here. All right, let's see. Okay. Let's see, can you see this? Yeah. So anytime there's details, just get your wax inside every little nook and cranny in there. You know, if you want to age something, it really helps. It really does add a lot of character to the piece. Now with this one, because I'm working with such a light color, I also added clear wax in with the dark wax to lighten the dark wax, because I'm working with such a light color here. Okay, I'm a little bit too heavy right here, so I'm going to wipe a little bit off. Rub that in a little bit more. There, can you see how it's now aged? This side, let's see. This side has now been aged with dark wax, and this side, I'm about to do it. So again, like I said earlier and like I said yesterday, you want to make sure you're working in small sections, especially when you start working with dark wax. Because like its name, it is dark. Now, anytime you're working with light colors, you want to make sure you put on the clear wax first before you do dark wax. Let's see, does that look about even? Just a little bit more here inside the... Okay, now there's something else you're going to want to know too is if you see maybe something here you're not happy with how that aging, the streaking looks, you don't want to go back now over that, because what you're going to do is you're going to actually take off the wax that you put on. So if I go over now this section that I just did with more wax, I'm actually going to remove the wax that I just put on. So then it's going to be light. So you don't ever want to do that. You need to let this sit for a little while, and then maybe go back in a few hours with your wax and try to touch up and add some more wax. But don't go right away and do it, because wax actually removes wax too. So you have to be careful if you're going to do touch-ups. You might have to just, let it sit on there for a couple minutes to try to even everything out. But that's something important to know when you're working with wax. So if you want to know more details, my tutorial is on the website, and you can go purchase it. It's a big, long tutorial. You can purchase it for $10. I explain wax and how to do it and all that. So anyways, wax is a fantastic product. If you haven't worked with it before, it's a really fun product for aging and for adding character to pieces. So, all right. Thanks, you guys.